This happened a few years ago in a small town in Ohio when our family gathered for my Uncle Michael's funeral. He had always been a cheerful, loud, almost overly optimistic man, the kind of person who laughed easily and loudly. Seeing him lying still in the coffin felt unreal, like a badly staged scene from a play. The room smelled of flowers and candle wax. People spoke in hushed tones, occasionally sighing, occasionally wiping their eyes. I stood near the wall at first, watching from a distance. Something about the way he looked made me uneasy. His face seemed too calm, too composed. And then I noticed it, the faintest hint of a smile. At first, I told myself it was just how his lips had settled. Funeral homes do their work carefully. Expressions can look different under certain lighting. I tried not to stare, but the longer I looked, the clearer it became. His lips were curved upward, not dramatically, not exaggerated, just enough to make my stomach tighten. I stepped closer to the coffin, pretending I wanted to pay my respects. The overhead lights cast soft shadows across his face. His eyes were closed. His hands were folded neatly over his chest. And yet, that smile, it didn't belong there. A few minutes passed, and I still couldn't pull my eyes away from the coffin. Uncle Michael's smile seemed wider now. It was no longer subtle. The corners of his mouth had lifted higher, stretching unnaturally. The conversations around the room began to blur. Laughter from a distant corner faded. Even the soft hum of the air conditioning felt distant. I leaned toward my father and whispered, "Dad, look at him." He glanced over briefly. "What about him?" he asked quietly. "His face." My father stepped closer this time. He stared for a moment longer than before, then frowned. "I think you're imagining things." But I wasn't. I moved closer to the coffin. With every step, a cold sensation slid slowly down my spine. The air near him felt different, heavier, still. When I finally stood directly beside him, my breath caught. His teeth were visible now. His lips had stretched further, forming something closer to a grin than a peaceful smile. His skin remained pale and waxen. His eyes were closed, his body completely still. But the mouth looked alive. I swallowed hard and stepped back. It's just post-mortem muscle movement, I told myself. It happens. It's natural. But deep down, something inside me resisted that explanation. The dead don't slowly change expressions. They don't smile wider. And yet, he was. As the evening came to an end and people prepared to close the coffin before heading to the cemetery, I forced myself to look one last time, and I froze. His expression had changed again. His mouth was slightly open now. The lips pulled back farther than before, teeth fully visible beneath the soft chapel lights. It wasn't a smile anymore. It looked like silent laughter. Something stretched, something almost joyful, but wrong. My father stepped beside me. This time, he didn't dismiss it. He stared. The room grew quieter. A few relatives shifted uneasily, though no one said anything out loud. It felt as if we were witnessing something we weren't meant to see. His eyes remained closed, but there was something about the way his face looked, as if he had seen something beyond us, beyond the room, beyond grief, and whatever it was, he liked it. They finally closed the lid. Just before it was sealed, I thought I saw the faintest tremor beneath his eyelids. Not fully movement, just enough to make my heart pound. We buried him the next morning at a small cemetery outside town. Afterward, people left quickly. No one lingered. Weeks passed, tried to convince myself it had been stress, shock, grief playing tricks on my mind. But later, a family friend mentioned that something similar had happened at another funeral in a nearby county. The same widening smile, the same uneasy silence, the same refusal to speak about it afterward. Some say it's a sign that the deceased is at peace, that whatever waits beyond this life isn't frightening to them. Others say it's just biology. I still don't know what to believe, but I remember that expression, and sometimes, late at night, I find myself wondering, what did he see, and why did it make him smile?